Hey guys, and welcome back to Baseline Full Court Press, the podcast where women's basketball gets the spotlight, the smoke, and the respect. I'm your host, Patience, and today we will be talking about the unrivaled playoffs that are set to start out this Saturday. And we can't forget that the semifinals of these playoffs will be in Brooklyn. So, in the Barclays Center. Hopefully, they'll get a sold out crowd. But until then, today we'll be going over favorites to win it all, the underdog, and all the players I'm keeping my eyes on this playoff series, as well as my top three picks to win it all, and just how influential are the playoff rankings. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Who is the favorite to win this year's unrivaled playoff series? That is going to be Rose BC. And simply because who does not love a back to back champion? Even majority of the unrivaled fans have been calling the league the Chelsea Gray show because Chelsea Gray has just been showing out so much. And now that they have Angel back, they are definitely a top favorite to win it all again. And in my opinion, the most solid overall team in Unrivaled is either going to be the Phantom or the Mist, but I'm leaning more towards the Mist. The Phantom are very easily taken out of their element, but I feel more like the Mist has more of a controlled sense. Whether they're losing, whether they're winning, they do play very controlled and very poised. And next is going to be my underdog pick, and I think that's going to be Breeze BC. They were ranked to come in last overall from the beginning of the season, and they have done nothing but prove that they are resilient and that their youth is their strength. And for the team that I think is peaking right now, and if they keep that momentum, they will skyrocket. That's going to be the Rose BC again because they did not have a great start to the season. They did lose back to back games. It is just detrimental to the confidence of the team and the ego of the team, rather, because they were the champions last year and they are the reigning champions. And that means that teams are going to be coming at their neck. And safe to say, the teams did come and they did step on Rose BC's neck, but they are peaking right now and they're playing a lot how they ended last season. So I'm really excited to see if they keep that peak going or if they decline once more. Now, next is going to be my if they lock in team. And my if they lock in team is going to be the Vinyl. Vinyl BC has a lot of great players: Ray Burrell, Erica Hamby, Brittany Griner. I feel like the Vinyl are not as cohesive as they can be, and they don't really mesh together that well. Like when they're on, but when they're off, whew, they are off. So if they can lock in, I have faith in them to get a little further down the playoffs. Now let's get into players that I'm keeping my eye on this series. Starting off with the Rose BC, that's obviously going to be Chelsea Gray because she will have a chip on her shoulder because she knows that everyone is trying to beat the Rose BC out. And I'm pretty sure all of the unrivaled teams would much rather another team win than to have the Rose BC going back to back because then that momentum is kind of unstoppable. I'm also really excited to see what Angel Reese does in the playoff series. Angel Reese did leave the season with the Rose BC, I believe, one game before the playoffs started. So I'm really excited to see how they mesh with her in the playoffs. I know Angel Reese has that dog in her, and she is not letting up without a fight. So I am excited to see what the Me-Bound Queen can do. Next for Phantom, I'm excited to see Kelsey Plum in the playoffs. As a previous Las Vegas ace, she has been under pressure like this multiple times. So I'm pretty excited to see what she has in her bag, as well as Aaliyah Boston. For the Mist, I'm excited to see Notre Dame alum Arike Agumbawale. Like I said in my previous videos, whenever I talk about her, she has a bag like no other. So I'm excited to see what she'll be doing, as well as Veronica Burton. In that one-on-one, she absolutely dominated. So I'm excited to see what that confidence can go ahead and pull for the playoffs. For the Laces, I'm excited to see what Alyssa Thomas does, as well as Jackie Young. They have both also been in this predicament before. They're definitely going to fight tooth and nail, and that is a strong duo on one team. So I'm a little worried for those other teams. And for the Breeze, I'm keeping my eye on Paige and Rakia, specifically Paige Beckers, because she does have something to prove, and she always puts on a show, whether that's passing, whether that's scoring. I think her and Rakia will put up some phenomenal numbers in the playoffs. And last but not least, for the Vinyl, I want to keep my eye on Ryan Howard and Ray Burrell. For the 1v1, Ray Burrell really showed that she has grown so much in this league. So I'm excited to see what she plays like with this money on the line and with the crown on the line. Now, this may be controversial, but I do have three picks for the unrivaled champion. That's going to be Breeze BC, Rose BC, or Phantom. Now, we all know I am a Breeze fan, so of course I want them to win. But if they don't, and it comes down to the Rose and the Phantom, and last but not least, just how important are the playoff rankings to this playoff series? We have 6 teams. We have Rose BC, Vinyl BC, Phantom, Mist, Breeze. And the most influential part about this is that the top 2 teams have a bye week. So that means that they will not have to play any of the first games. Now, this can either be looked at as a positive or a negative because obviously, yes, they get their rest, but at the same time, sometimes rest is not what you need. You just need to keep on playing to keep that momentum going. But nonetheless, we'll see how those top 2 teams do fare out. Now, Unrivaled does have 3 more games to solidify the ranking spots. All 6 teams will still be in the rankings, but with these next 3 games, those rankings can change. Like, for example, if the Phantom does win their game, they will stay number 1 no matter what because their record will be essentially like 11-4. And it's physically impossible for the other teams to beat that record because they have no more games after this next one. So that means if the Phantom team loses and the Laces are the Mist win their game, that means that one of those teams are very likely to go in the first seed spot, dropping Phantom down to either 2 or 3. Also, if the Vinyl were to win and the Rose BC and the Breeze BC were to both lose, both of those teams could risk being in the last spot. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It does mean a lot. Don't forget to like, comment, share, all the good things. We much appreciate it on this side and can't wait to see you guys next week. And let me know your thoughts on this year's Unrivaled Playoff Series and who you want to win.